talk to us about the health of the consumer, even with the uptick in the variant, how you're thinking about this shopping season.
I mean, the consumer is very healthy right now. We're definitely seeing shoppers shop quite frequently in the malls, especially the safer malls and the bigger malls. We call those the A malls. Our physical retail is up 16% this year over 19, so big significant growth. Our e-commerce is also way up. So what we're seeing is, shoppers are going into the store, they see what they want to buy, and then they go home and they buy it online, or they go online and they see what they want to buy and they go into the store. So the basket is much bigger than it has been in the past. So AUR is up roughly 12% year over year.
Jamie, talk to us about the investment that was necessary that continues, I'm sure. How do you ensure that you're putting your money to work in the places you need so you get this omni-channel presence and continue to leverage that?
I mean, we're definitely, this is going to be a very large CapEx year for us because things are changing, as fast as we all see it in front of us. So we are going to be spending an enormous amount of money on CapEx this year to really continue to make sure that our systems are talking to each other, whether it's online or whether it's offline. And also in the warehouse, earlier I was listening to you. I mean, as much as the warehouse is clearly an important factor of the business to make sure you can get the product out and keep your labor costs down. I mean, you should focus as much on your labor costs as you do on your freight costs, because freight costs have really gone through the roof. So that's one of the main focuses for us, which is, how do we bring things in sort of cheaper and faster than we have in the past?
Jamie, how do you get leverage over those fixed inputs? Is there a way you can bring them down?
I mean, clearly the stores are running with less labor than they have in the past. That's just the nature, it's hiring people has been extremely difficult over the past sort of 24 months. And we've learned to, run the stores with less labor costs than we have in the past. And I think just hiring, people that really want to work hard, pay them a little bit more money, and generally you get the same output than you do by hiring, more versus less.
You're one of the brands in your portfolio is Forever 21. We're reading a press release here how they're talking about the Metaverse, a big partnership, releasing new ideas on the 21st of every month. How much of this sort of virtual world, for a lack of better term, is there to really hook in the customer and bring about that new experience?
New for us, right? I mean, Roblox is got 50 million users a month. 50 million users a day playing their games. So, we'll see what happens. It's early, but we're definitely, continuing to work in that new world. And that new world, is important part of people's, shopping habits and what they do every day.
In the here and the now, though, Jamie, as we are trying not to overreact to a new variant, to COVID, to the continuing impact of Delta, to the worries about the holiday season that might be written off from a family get-together perspective, how are you thinking that will impact retail at a very important gift-giving time of the year?
I really think it depends really where you live, right? I mean, if you're in Florida, I know people say there's no COVID here. I mean, there is COVID in Florida, but it's very organized. The state of Florida, you can get a vaccine, pretty much anywhere. You can get a COVID test pretty much anywhere. Whereas, you go to New York and there's lineups and it's harder to sort of get the shots and get the tests. So it really depends sort of state by state, but we are not really seeing too much of a slowdown, especially in the malls. The Simon malls, they're booming. And, we're quite optimistic about really Christmas. I mean, look, there's not that many more days left, and our sales are holding in there against 19. We're still up roughly 16% year over year.